What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. It is Tuesday, April 8th. We have a 15-game slate on tap for today. And please, before we jump into it, guys, stick around to the end of the video for my 2 parlay plays of the day. And speaking on our parlay plays of the day, we had a heartbreaker in our parlay game last night, going into the final night of the game. We had 4 for 4. We just needed Gilbert, the starting pitcher for Seattle, to go under his 6.5 line. His final out of the night was that 7th strikeout. Oh, it was a killer. And you want to hear the worst part? No matter how much you run your data, 3 batters in 6 innings. Just 3 batters. Christian Walker, Pena, and I think the guy's name is Ramos. Those 3 guys in 6 innings account for 6 strikeouts. So, sometimes you could do the math and then run into nights like that. But you know what? We're shaking that off. There is a lot of money to be made today. Please stick around for my parlay plays of the day, and let's jump into it. All right. With that, let's jump into our first game of the day. We have the New York Yankees facing the Detroit Tigers. Detroit winning yesterday's game handily. We're playing the Yankees to cover the point spread here, 1.5 points. As far as game total, we're going over the game total of 7.5 total points here. For 2 total bases, we're going to play 4 batters in this game. Carpenter and Keith, both of the Detroit Tigers, and Judge and Jazz Chisholm of the New York Yankees. For our pitching props, Carrasco of the Yankees, we're going over his 4.5 strikeouts. Screwball of the Detroit Tigers, we're taking his under 6.5 Ks today. After that, we have the White Sox going to Cleveland. This was the first game of this series. We're having Cleveland take this one here. We're playing Cleveland on the money line. Game total of 7.5. We're taking the over here as well. For 2 total bases, our batter props, we're playing Ramirez from Cleveland and Benintendi from the White Sox. Moving on to our pitcher props for this game. We're playing Shane Smith over his 3.5 strikeouts. Whereas Lively, we're taking his under 4.5 Ks. Right after that, we got the Miami Marlins playing the New York Mets. And we're playing the Mets to cover the point spread here. For the game total of 7.5, another over 7.5 we're taking today. For our 2 total bases, we'll be playing Lopez of the Miami Marlins and Lindor of the Mets. For our pitching props, Gillespie of the Miami Marlins, we're taking his under 4.5, and Holmes of the Mets, we're taking under 5.5 strikeout. All right, continuing along, we have St. Louis Cardinals going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Pittsburgh is actually favored in this game. And we're going to take St. Louis to cover plus 1.5 total point here to cover the spread. The game total is set at 6.5. We got to take the over here. St. Louis's bats, they could wake up and put up 4 or 5 in an inning. So we're taking the over 6.5. For our batter props, we're taking Reynolds of the Pirates and Nootbaar of the St. Louis Cardinals to have 2 total bases today. Going on to our pitcher props, we're going to take Gray of the Cardinals under 6.5 strikeouts. Skeens of the Pirates, we're taking over 6.5 strikeouts. All right, continuing along, we got the Dodgers versus the Nationals. The Nationals taking that first game yesterday, but today we like the Dodgers on the money line. The points total for this game is set at 8.5. We're playing the under in this one. For our batter props, 2 total bases, we're taking Abrams of the Nationals and Mookie Betts of the Dodgers. For the pitching props, we're only going to be playing Borblowski of the Dodgers, and we're taking his under 3.5 strikeouts here. On to the next game, we have the Toronto Blue Jays and Boston playing the Red Sox. Toronto taking the first game yesterday. Today we have Boston covering the point spread, 1.5 total points. The game total is set at 8. We like the over in this one today. For our 2 total bases, our batter props, we're taking 2 Red Sox. We're playing Story and Devers. And onto our pitcher props, we're playing the under for both starting pitchers here today. We're playing Lucas under and Crochet under. Sorry about that. both under their lines. 3.5 under for Lucas, Crochet under 6.5 total strikeout. All right, continuing along, our final 3 games of the night. We have the Angels going to Florida to play Tampa Bay. And at this one, we're playing the Angels on the money line. They got the game total set at 8.5 total points. We're playing the under here. For our hitter props, 2 total bases, we're playing Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays and Jorge Soler of the Angels. Onto our pitcher props, and we're playing the over for both starting pitchers here. Hendrick, we got him going over 3.5 total strikeouts. And Bays of the Tampa Bay Rays, we got him going over 5.5 strikeouts. Up next, we got the Philadelphia Phillies playing the Braves, and this should be a very good game. We got Atlanta on the money line today. For the points total of 7, we're playing over 7 here. Onto our batter props, we're taking 2 total bases. Matt Olson for the Braves, sorry about that, and Trey Turner for the Philadelphia Phillies. Our pitcher props, we are taking Zach Wheeler to go over 6.5 strikeouts. Chris Sale, we're playing his under 7.5 strikeouts today. As we move along, we got the Texas Rangers in Chicago to play the Cubs. The Cubs winning the first game yesterday. Today, we're playing Texas on the money line. The game total is set at 8. We're playing the under here. For our hitter props, 2 total bases, we're taking 2 Texas Rangers. We're playing Berger and Seager. Onto our pitcher props, we're playing the over for Corbin, over 3.5 K. Talion of the Cubs, we're playing his under 4.5 strikeouts today. After that, we have the Minnesota Twins playing the Kansas City Royals. The Royals taking the first game yesterday. Today, we're playing Minnesota, the Twins on the money line. Point total set at 7.5 for today. We like the over in this one. 2 total bases, our batter props. We're taking 2 Twins, Buxton and Carrera. And for the Royals, we're playing Bobby Witt Jr. Moving on to our pitcher props. And we're playing Lopez of the Twins to go over 5.5 strikeouts. And Regans, we're playing of the Royals, we're playing under 6.5 strikeouts in this. Up next, we got the Milwaukee Brewers playing the Colorado Rockies in Colorado. And we're taking Colorado's money line here. The points total is set at 9.5. And, you know, every time now these guys play in Colorado, you like the over. But, you know, because Milwaukee's offense is very up and down, we're going to play the under here. Under 9.5 total points. For 2 total bases, we're taking Terang of the Milwaukee Brewers, as well as Brenton Doyle of the Colorado Rockies. Next to the pitcher props, Peralta for the Brewers, we're playing his over 6.5 Ks. Freeland of the Rockies, we're playing under 3.5 strikeouts in this game. Up next, we have the Baltimore Orioles in Arizona playing the Diamondbacks. Baltimore took this one yesterday, and today we're playing Arizona on the money line. Point total set at 9. We're taking the over here. For our 2 total bases, batter props, we're playing Adley Rutschman and Carroll of the Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll. For our pitcher props here, Morton of the Baltimore Orioles, we're playing under 5.5 Ks. Kelly of the Diamondbacks, we're taking over 4.5 strikeout. Right on after that, we got the Houston Astros in Seattle playing the Mariners. And we're playing Seattle. Houston's favored in this game. We're taking Seattle plus the 1.5 points to cover here. Game set at 7 total runs. We're playing the under today. 2 total bases. We're taking Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners and Christian Walker of the Houston Astros. Pitching props for this game. Valdez of the Houston Astros, we're taking under 6.5 Ks. Castillo of the Seattle Mariners, we're taking over 5.5 strikeouts. Right on after that, we got the Cincinnati Reds in San Francisco to play the Giants. And we're taking San Francisco on the money line again here. Game total set at 7.5. We like the over. For our batter props, we'll be taking 3 batters. 1 Cincinnati Red, that's Galvin Lux. And Willy Adames and Flores of the Giants. On to the pitching props in this game. And Lodolo of the Cincinnati Reds, we're playing his under 4.5 Ks here. Rupp of the San Francisco Giants, we're taking over 5.5 strikeouts. Final game of the day, the Padres playing the Athletics. And today we got the Athletics covering the point spread of 1.5 total points. The game total set at 8.5. We're playing the under here. For 2 total bases, we're playing 2 Padres, Morel and Tatis Jr. For the pitching props, Cease of the Padres, we're playing under 6.5 Ks. Springs of the Athletics, we're taking over 4.5 strikeouts. Alright guys, before we wrap this video up, our $2 parlay plays of the day. And our first one will be our hitter props parlay. We're taking Lindor of the Mets, Reynolds of the Pirates, Mookie Betts of the Dodgers, Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves, and Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals. Then onto our pitcher props dollar parlay. We're playing Bays of the Tampa Bay Rays. We're playing Corbin of the Texas Rangers. We're taking both of them to go over. Those are 2 overs. Now our 3 unders for today will be Talion of the Cubs to go under, Reagans of the Kansas City Royals to go under, and Morton of the Baltimore Orioles to go under. Once again, guys, thank you for clicking on this video. Good luck to everybody today. There's a lot of money to be made, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow.